I'm DJ Alessandrini with Hawk Performance, and today we're going to talk about brake bias changing with your pad compound change. And that's not normally something you think about, but it makes sense when you think of how the brake pads work at different frictions at different temperatures. Now, the front of the car is going to put a lot more temperature into the brakes than the rear of the car, so maximizing the friction per temperature for front to rear is really going to help you dial in the behavior of the car on turn in, especially because that's where the brake bias is really going to affect the handling of the car. What is brake bias? Brake bias is how much the rear brakes compared to the front. So if you have a lot of brake bias in the rear, the car is going to be a little loose on the brakes. Some drivers prefer that. Some drivers really want that stability on braking on corner entry because they want to maximize their exits. In that case, you would have more braking power in the front of the car than the rear of the car. Even this car is 50-50. When you're on the brakes, it's not 50-50. There is far much more weight and energy into the front tires than the rear tires. Different compounds act differently depending on the temperatures they see. So an FRS here isn't going to need nearly the same aggressive type of compound that a Camaro would need. A Camaro would probably be seeing a DTC 70. This would be DTC 60, DTC 30. Really depends on how much energy is being put into the brakes. Why upgrade your brakes in the first place? Well, you never want your brakes, the thing that stops your car, to be the limiting factor of your fun at the racetrack. You never want that to be the thing. Your OEM pads are designed to be quiet, to be low dust, to make sure that the wheels are in pristine condition. They're designed to stop your car hard once to avoid a collision. They're not designed to stop your car repeatedly over a long duration. They're not designed for that temperature, and they won't deal with that abuse or that stress. So we've talked about changing your brake pads, we've talked about bias, but the thing you should leave with is you've upgraded your brake pads, you're having fun. That's not where the story ends. Mess around with the rear brake pads, mess around with the front pads. Find something that you like. They're all different and they all interact with the car differently. Last piece of advice, don't let this thing become a garage queen. You got the brakes, you're ready to go party on the track. Don't save it for the next person. Go out and enjoy it.